Based on a book used in class and my own interpretation of communication, my model of communication is based on current online relations and communications. As quoted from a post I've come across recently, the current online humor discourse is remarkable because we trade exclusively in metaphors and implications, and no one ever says anything outright anymore, and yet everyone understands each other perfectly. The name of my model comes from that statement, the implicated metaphorical model of communication. Ideally, a person who isn't literate or educated can accurately express themselves through formal means of communication. While many have viewed the informality of communication through memes and pictures on social media as the loss of language or the oversimplification of generations, many overlook the creativity that this model of communication holds. For the younger population, we are typically viewed as oversensitive and no longer use formal intellect to think critically. However, according to recent research, language is evolving to a higher means of emotional intelligence. Language is malleable and has always been a state of change, thus should be viewed as such. Although implicate metaphorical model of communication is unusual and still is in its pioneering stages of evolution, it is a different medium of information and adheres to different rules. Implicated metaphorical model communication consists of memes and pictures of words as a mode of transferable or related emotions. GIFs are also included in this model of communication because they consist of limited amount of visual information but provide a generalized understanding to the audience. Both found exclusively on some forms of social media such as Snapchat, Instagram, and Tumblr. The use of the two is to express oneself through a relatable image or generally understood image. For example, would be the relationship goal with an attached photo of Harley Quinn and the Joker. Although by context, the relationship is violent, abusive, and misunderstood, the general population views the relationship as a metaphor of a strong bond through thick or thin to death do us part. Social media is the medium of easily transferable information through means of electronics. Though it can be used for formal means of communication, there is no regulation as to the informal use of communicating through social media. Through the internet and social media, people are given the opportunity to expand their knowledge of language by gaining access to once denied information, differing languages through translator, and other cultural or intellectual information. Beyond the advancement of technology and fast paced means of communication on the internet, word pictures, as they're called, are the fundamental tools of how language was constructed eons ago by our ancestors. Even with the evolution of language, some things will remain primary and embedded in our current way of modern communication, making the implicated metaphorical model of communication no exception.